all? Hope you are doing good. So today we are going to learn about how to create a Spring Boot project and how to import in an IDE. IDEs, we have different types of IDEs are there, like we have STS IDEs there and IntelliJ IDEs there. So first of all we will see how to create a Spring Boot project. Okay, so for that I am going to use the browser, which is Safari browser. So here we need to go to the browser one. So here after going to the browser we need to give Spring Initializer. Okay, so you can see Spring Initializer. So this is where we are going to create our generate our project. First of all we will see what are the components are there to create a project. So first of all we need to um, choose our build tool, which is Maven or Gradle. So I am using Maven now in this project, and also the language we need to select. So the programming language I am selecting as Java. You can also build your application by using Kotlin or Groovy. If you are well aware with this any of these programming languages, we can go with those. And the coming to the Spring Boot version, here I am using 3.5.3, which is the standard version. I'm not going with any of the snapshot versions. Even we have one more standard version, that is 3.4.7, but still I'm going with the some upper version, which is 3.5.3. So this is the Spring Boot version I'm choosing for our project. And next, group the project metadata, right? So inside of this project data, metadata, we have different elements are there. That is, the first one is group. Group is nothing but, let's say we have a bunch of people are there, we are working on a similar project, like one project. So here we need to select who, what is the group name we are going to give. So for that I am here I'm giving is the group name as, like, just say I'm just removing the com, let's say com dot learn. This is my group name. Why? Because we are going to learn in this series, the complete series, right? So I'm giving com dot learn. And the artifact is nothing but the name of the project. What is the project we are going to we are going to do one project, right? So the name of that project, so let's say I'm giving e-commerce here. Why? Because in this complete series we are going to create a small e-commerce application by exploring all the features which are involved in this Spring Boot, right? So you can see when I gave the artifact name as e-commerce, again immediately the name of the project became the e-commerce. That is what the name of I said, right? The artifact name should be the name of the project. Okay, and coming to the description, so we need to give some small description about our project, which is not mandatory, but still if you give the description, whenever anyone sees our project, right, so he will understand what is this project about. So I'm going to give demo project for Spring Boot, which is already there. So I'm going to give demo project for e-commerce, right? Oh, let me, yeah, demo project for e-commerce here. So this is what our project is about. Okay, coming to the package name, the package structure should be com.learn.ecommerce. That is fine for me, I'm leaving as it is. And coming to the packaging, how we want to package your entire application, like a war file or a jar file. So I am going with a war file. So by using this file itself, we are going, if you want to deploy in your application in any of the cloud servers or application servers, we can get this war file, single war file. It will bind the complete dependencies and your source code into a single entity. That is what the war file, right? So next I am going to select the version of Java. So currently I am going with 17. So yeah, one more thing, we need to add some of the dependencies which is used to create our REST endpoints or something. So yeah, I'm going to add the web dependency, like the Spring web dependency. So this dependency will gives you the ability to create some REST endpoints with all the annotations. See here, it was clearly wrote, build web including RESTful applications using Spring MVC, uses Apache Tomcat as the default embedded container, right? So what it is saying now, if you add this dependency, we will get the Tomcat dependency in our project. So we don't need to run for the local testing, or we don't need to deploy our application, our war file, in any of the external servers and need to test. So inbuilt we are getting one application server, which is Tomcat, and it will gives you the all the annotations, and which it makes your development very easier by adding this Spring Web. And one more dependency I'm going to add, which is Lombok. So Lombok dependency, what is the use of Lombok dependency? So Java annotations library, which helps to reduce boilerplate code, which means nothing but, so you just say, let's say we want to create a builder class to assign the values to that to initialize your object. So if you use this Lombok dependency, no need to write that class manually. It will gives you the annotation, like builder annotation is there. If you use that annotation, the mechanism will already developed by the Lombok dependency, which the in that library. So we can use that one. So this is what, for not only for the builder, we have many annotations are there, like for the setter getters we don't need to write, for the two strings, for the all args constructor, no args constructor, everything will comes in this Lombok dependency as a annotation. Simply we need to add the annotations in our to our class, and we can use them. So going forward we are going to use this Lombok dependency. So yeah, we can see this implementation in the further features once we are going to create. Let's after adding all these values, just we need to click on this generate. That's all. So it will generate you one. So yeah, I clicked on the generate. You can see one file is going to download in my local, that is ecommerce.zip. Let's say, you can see it was there in my downloads. So it is downloaded as a zip project. We need to unzip the project, and we need to add in our IDE. Let's say it's a zip project. It will we want to unzip, right? Just double click on this. So yeah, so we got this project. So I'm going to launch this application. I mean, I'm going to open this application in one of the IDE. So in this series I'm going to use the IDE as a IntelliJ IDE. So here I have opened the IntelliJ IDE, and I need to open our file, right? So yeah, it was in the downloads. Yes, we can see here, right? I got my e-commerce project. I'm going to click on open. So I'm going to open this window. So you can see it is asking me to allow. I'm going to allow this one, and I will trust the project. So you can see the project is loaded into our IDE. You can see the project structure, like we have pom.xml file here. So inside of the pom.xml file, we can see the dependencies which we added earlier, right? So like we have added this Spring Starter web dependency and the Lombok dependency. And see, we have this like Tomcat dependency, which will comes in inbuilt in this project. And one more thing, the starter test dependency, which is to use to write your J units or something, some unit test cases we need to write, right? So for that we are going to use this Spring Boot starter test dependency. Okay, so to run in any this IDE, we need to remove this provide annotation. That is one thing we need to keep in mind whenever we are using the IntelliJ IDE. But in the STS, it is not required. We can keep it as it is. So if you are going to use this STS, we need to remove this like provided tag in the starter Tomcat dependency. So yeah, let's see the project structure. Like we saw this pom.xml. Apart from that, we have one more thing, that is SRC. So inside of the SRC we can see two things, the main package and the test package. So in the main package we have this two folders, that Java and the resources. Okay, so in Java folder we have our packaging structure. This is what we gave while creating the project, right? com.learn.ecommerce, right? So inside of this package we have our main class. This is what it is annotated with the Spring Boot application. Okay, this is if you want to run your application, we can simply right click on this, and we can run e-commerce application main. So one more thing you will get here, which is resource folder. So inside of the resource folder we have this property file. So if you want to give any of the properties, let's say the default port for the Spring Boot project, which is 8080. So if you don't give any of the port number, it will runs on the default port 8080. Let's see that, and we will change the port number again. We will build this start the application again. Let's say we have this e-commerce application, right? So let me run quickly to show you a small demo. So I'm running this one. So if you hit this one, you can see the console is open. So inside of the console you can see this one. Yeah, let me drag it up. I'm trying to do, yeah, still you can see here, right? E-commerce application started on port 8080, right? So the application is started. What we did, we just created the project, we just imported into the IDE, and just we give the run. That's all, no need of anything. So it was ran on default port 8080. If you want to check whether it is live or not, we can simply go to the browser. I'm going to clear this. So let's say http colon localhost colon, what is the port we have? 8080. If you see the white label error, right? White label error base. So if you see this error base, you can understand, you will understand that the Spring Boot project is up and running. If you currently this endpoint is not there, that's why it is in showing 404, but still our page is up. Okay, so you can see one of these in the IntelliJ IDE. So let's change the port number and we will check again. Okay, let's say server dot port. This is the key we need to add to change the port number. Let's say it was in 8080, right? I'm going to change to 9090. And one more thing, in the IntelliJ everything is auto saved. We don't need to save whenever if you do any changes, we don't need to save it. It will gives you the auto change. So I'm going to rerun. So it will ask me stop and rerun. Yes, stop the existing application and redeploy my new code, which is the new. So see how fast it is. It was deployed in the 9090. If you head back to this browser now, so let's say if you refresh this page 8080, your Safari can't come to the server. Why? Because the 8080 is not available now. What we have now is 9090. Let's say http localhost colon 9090, right? This is where we have which have deployed our project, which is our project e-commerce project. So this is how we need to create the project and import the project and start this project. So if you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments, or else I will provide the LinkedIn link, or else my mail address in the description. We can ping what if you have any doubts in those channels. Okay, so if you find this video helpful, or it will gives you some information which you have, if you have learned something from this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to one of your Spring Boot learning friends. So stay tuned for the next video. Until then, keep code grasping with the code grasper. Thank you.